Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Of the NASRA Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. Brady LaBeouf will win the championship and the race to the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Good evening and welcome to the Nazareth 360 Network DSR Electric Truck Series. Tonight, it's the in memory of Nancy Lumpkin 275 at Talladega Speedway. We had a unfortunate loss last night. Justin Lumpkin, lost his mother. And all the drivers have changed their wheels to purple, so you'll see that. And then later on in the race, about lap 18, we'll have a little moment of silence, and then Wesley will read something from Justin after that, or just before that, after Wesley shows up tonight. He's running a little late, but Wesley will be here. Got Dean Hopton on the production, and Dean, should be an exciting race tonight.
Welcome, of course, everybody. Thank you very much. Of course, yes, it should be a special, obviously, for Mr. Lumpkin and his dear mother that has passed away. But, of course, every driver has shown their support as well. So we'll see those fantastic deliveries of the drivers just undergoing the final stages of the qualifying session. And there's your mugs at the moment. There's Stevie in Viking outfit. Wesley will be joining us very soon. I'll click all the buttons behind the scene and step in every once in a while with you gentlemen in the booth as well, and so we'll go down there. Of course, what we'll also check out is how that playoff situation is panning out, Stephen. So, of course, in order to do that, we have to just take a look at the point system.
So tonight is the beginning of the Elite 10, and as we see Colin Weatherholt, the second race of the Elite 10, as we see Colin Weatherholt's already locked himself into the Championship 6 with that win last week. Adam Newton and Brady LaBeouf are the top two in points, followed by Pappas and Harris. And then Raul Meza takes the top six right there for now. Guys on the bubble is Maurer, Bo Tiffany, Thomas, and Justin Lumpkin himself. So this will be an exciting race. Like I said, it's the second race of the Elite 10. We have one more race after this next week to go to the Championship 6 and fight for that championship, dude.
Well, in order to get it underway, of course, we'll need to see who's going to be lining up on the grid. So, Steve, who's got the pole?
All right, in row 1, Cole Henriksen with the pole in that number 10. Dane Hagen on his outside in the 39. In row 2, in third spot, Colin Weatherholt in the 11. Perry Tribune is the 7. In row 3, got Taylor Peacock in the 81. Joey Stiers in the 23. In row 4, Brady LaBeouf in the 24. Andrew Harris in the 87. In row 5, Nathan Maurer on the inside in 9th. Brian Chu in 10th. In row 6 is Phil Pappas in 11th. Tyler Goodwin in 12th.
Behind Tyler Goodwood will be Mr. Caulfield himself, Jonathan Caulfield, number 13. Unlucky for some, maybe not for him. The redneck announcer, Jacob Reeves, running up alongside with him. Chris Cinnamon and Adam Newton will be on the next row alongside with Raul Mazda. Cody Knott, our man behind. And Nazra also in a good qualifying position for him. Chad Ross, Eric Parks will be behind him. Bo Tiffany, Jason Morales, Jeffrey Johnson, Chris Blanchard, 23-24.
And then in row 13 and 25th, we have James Kaufman in the 25, Robert Richards on his outside in 26th. And in row 14 is Brendan Bullock on the inside, Justin White on his outside. In row 15, Stephen Gregory and Stephen Thomas. In row 16, Fred Lester, Adam Newberg. TJ Moore is your race director, and I have no idea why my name is up there.
You're not driving again, my friend. I believe we've got the man from North Carolina or South Carolina. Wesley, you think I should know? Wesley, do you have a copy?
Hey, I'm in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
How are you guys?
We'll get it right at some point.
How are y'all? And hey, listen, we're coming on the air with heavy hearts. Our thoughts are with our buddy Justin Lumpkin, driver of the number 18 machine in the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. Obviously, his mom passed away, and our thoughts and prayers are with the entire family and friends and all that knew her, all that know Justin. And we are doing this race in memory of Nancy Lumpkin here at Talladega. Again, of course, it was supposed to be the Premier Setup Shops 275 from Talladega. However, it is the in memory of Nancy Lumpkin 275. And obviously, we know that Justin Lumpkin drives truck number 18. So on lap number 18 of this race, to pay homage and respect to the Lumpkin family and in memory of Nancy, we will have a moment of silence, basically just the roar of the trucks going around the racetrack. And we will again get ready to roll here at Talladega. We welcome you and yours, along with the Viking Stephen Bartlett. I'm Wesley Outland, as Dean Biggles Hopton said. Of course, we welcome you to the next round of the playoffs at Talladega. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Getting ready for the holidays coming up this week. And Stephen, ready to see what will happen here at 275 miles, 104 laps around Talladega here. It should be an exciting race coming up here.
Yeah, it's Talladega. It's always an exciting race. Door to door, bumper to bumper, a little bit of door banging, and it's got a little of everything else in there. So stage 1 will end at lap 20. Stage 2 will end at lap 60. Both will be under caution. Total laps 104. 4 sets of tires, 100% fuel capacity, so they'll be able to go anywhere from 26 to 32 laps after they fill up. 3 green-white checkers, and it's noon.
It is in the afternoon, and obviously track temperatures are at 73, 74 degrees. Air temperature is at 66. So that's something definitely keep an eye on, as a little wind speed at 9 miles an hour is blowing as well. Hey, by the way, want to remind you, as soon as this race concludes tonight, as we mentioned yesterday, we got the pace truck coming down the pit lane here. Looks like we're going to get them. Oh, I'm sorry, they're on the front straightaway. Going to at least get one more lap. So 1 to go this time by. Lights will be off on the iRacing pace truck, safety vehicle, and then we'll get everybody in place and we'll go to green flag. But Dean, let everybody know, me and you got another broadcast coming up as soon as we finish up with tonight at Talladega. It is the Cops Truck Series playoff race finale in the round of 20 from Homestead, Miami. It was for this past Friday night. We tried to broadcast last night. had some technical woes, but I think we've got it fixed, and we'll be ready to take care of business later on tonight after the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series.
Yes, sir. You're absolutely right there, Wesley. We will definitely be able to take care of that one. Everything's looking green, green, green across the board here, too, for the broadcasting tonight. I'm trying something a little bit different there, so please let us know out there. The pictures and the sounds and everything like that are all nice and snazzy. And, of course, let's see how it all pans out. As you can see on your timing tower as well, too, the ones that are in the grey backgrounds, they're the ones that are, well, not 100% locked in. We do know there's one driver that is currently locked in at the moment, and that is Mr. Colin Weatherholt. He'll be a little bit more lighter in the grey. There you go, indicate that. The other ones, of course, any of the other drivers that are in the light grey or the red are the ones that can be on the bubble or not, of whether or not they're going to be continuing to pursue through the next rounds.
There you go. So basically the darker gray is the drivers that have advanced into the next round of the playoffs. If you're in light gray, you're right now currently in above the cutoff line. And if you're in red, you are below the cutoff line. But remember, though, Stephen, as we get ready to come to green flag, if you're able to be in red and get a win, you're going to the playoffs. You're advancing into the next round. That's exactly what these guys want to do.
That's right. Any of these guys in the top 10 or in the Elite 10, any of them take the checker flag tonight at the end of the race, will be locked into the next round, Championship 6.
Pace truck now makes the way onto the pit lane. Here comes the field heading towards the Geico restart zone for the official initial start of this race for Nancy Lumpkin 275 here at Talladega. Barney, the virtual iRacing flagman from his perch, unfurls the green linen, and we are underway. The green silk flies. We're green here at Talladega. It'll take these guys about a lap or two to get up to full speed. On the jump, it's Cole Henriksen taking it to Hagen. Weatherholt right back there to third spot. They're going to be nicked up side by side as they pump up the speed now, Stephen, down the back straightaway that they call the Alabama Gang Super Stretch.
And Dane Hagen is now back in the lead. Cole Henriksen on the bottom in second. These guys will be trading back and forth. Just seems like the way these tracks have been running here lately on these super speedways. Kerry Trevino, Colin Weatherholt, Joey Steyer at the top 5.
So the field works their way off of turn number 4. 2.66 miles here at the Talladega Superspeedway across the line. Give the opening lap to Henriksen. Weatherholt right there in tow. So is Hagen in the line, in the shuffle. Peacock now pokes in the bottom line. They're going to stick them 3 wide already early in turn number 2 off turn 2 on lap 2.
And Brady LaBeouf up there in that top row leading that third line on the top. And then Colin Weatherholt, Taylor Peacock lead the bottom line. Oh, we got a wreck already.
Oh,
Henriksen
look out,
around.
trouble. Spinning, Henriksen, Harris, LaBeouf. Down the bottom of the racetrack, a big scramble down into turn number 3 coming off the back straightaway. Trucks are littered from the bottom of the apron up to the top of the banking, and the first Serve Pro caution comes out here at Talladega on lap number 2. Here's a look at a replay presented by Pulse Poppers. Steven, you saw it break loose in turn number 3 as we'll get ready to set it up for us now.
I think it's a little bit further.
Robert Richards, here we go. Robert Richards in that 13 truck. Oh no, it was farther up than that. I can't tell who that was.
Whoever it was on the bottom of the racetrack, look at Cole Henriksen on his side. He didn't flip, but he got on his side. And then, of course, a whole host of other trucks involved. Dan Hagen, Brady LaBeouf, a former series champion. Watch this again, and it's Dan Hagen that got into the truck on the bottom of the apron. He got into the 28. Is that Ed Osborne, I believe it is? Watch this again. Let's rewind it one more time for you. From this angle, watch it one more time, and you can see where the 39, Dan Hagen, right here, bonsais off of the truck right here, contact from the 7 at Tribune, and then that's where it all went wrong. Cole Henriksen spinning, gets on his side, doesn't flip, and then everyone else is crashing from top to bottom, coming down the banking to put us under our first caution here, Stephen.
Yeah, Tribune got into a little too hard with Dan Hagen, it looks like, and got him loose. He went up, overcorrected, came back down, and that's when everybody started to scatter. And Hendrickson ended up on his roof a little bit.
From another angle with Richards. Richards somehow scampers down to the inside of the apron below the double yellow line, and he is going to miss it. From another angle.
Oh, cameras, some of these, sorry.
There you see trucks coming from the top of the racetrack down to the bottom. Here's another look at it from Brandon Bullock's side. Already smoke and crashing. He had no other choice, Stephen, but to get on the binders. A lot of these drivers did, getting on the brakes to try to miss him. From another angle, before we go to break, look at it one more time. With Andrew Harris. Crash on the opening couple of laps here at Talladega. We're under caution. We'll step away and be back with more from Talladega in just a moment.
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Back here at Talladega, and a big wreck happened. Drivers involved in this accident that happened in turn number 3 include Andrew Harris, Brady LaBeouf, Cole Hendrickson, Robert Richards, Chris Blanchard, Brandon Bullock, Dan Hagen, and Stephen Gregory. Kerry Tribune also got a piece of it. A multi-truck accident here, starting things in stage 1 at Talladega, Stephen.
Looks like Dan's retired.
Yeah, this is not the time to be this aggressive already. Only 2 laps into it, and already we got chaos.
Remember, there is no fast repair in this series. They go on the DVP, damaged vehicle policy clock, if you will, to try to take time to fix the damages unless that is too worse for wear. And it sounds like what we're hearing is Dan Hagen, driver of the 39 Chevrolet, is out of the race. He is out as we right now try to get everybody re-racked, restacked. It will try to go again here for the restart. Stage 1 goes to lap number 20. As we mentioned for Nancy Lumpkin for this tribute race on lap number 18, we will pause and have our mics silent, just the roar of the trucks to pay homage to Nancy. Our thoughts and prayers are thinking about our buddy Justin Lumpkin. I believe Adam Newbert is actually driving the number 18 Toyota tonight for Justin Lumpkin. If we can find him on the racetrack, Dean, I think he's actually in the 13th position. So there he is, right there in the pack. So we'll definitely pay homage and respects. A lot of these drivers also are donning pink wheels. The inside of the rear wheels are pink as well for cancer. And for Nancy Lumpkin, as the field comes back to the Geico restart zone, the green flag will fly. That's something everybody better keep an eye on. I know some guys didn't do it or they didn't get the memo, like Peacock in 81, but a majority of these guys, Stephen, have those inside wheels, if you will, the rims are in pink for Nancy Lumpkin.
Yeah, I think that was a last-minute thing that Brady decided to do, and
Yes.
not everybody got the message. So some of the guys have it, some of them don't. As we watch Taylor Peacock out there in the lead now with Brian Chu right behind him, followed by Colin Weatherholt third.
Taylor Peacock up in front. Ooh, a little slide up in front there in front of the 88 of Phil Pappas. That was Brian Chu. Give him plenty of room down to the inside. Here comes now some contact there. As now Brian Chu with a punt from Pappas, and Pappas on the outside lane will move him to the lead. Here comes now Brian Chu, Phil Pappas, followed by Raw Meza, Blanchard in the 9. That's your trucks on the outside lane. Protecting the bottom line is Taylor Peacock, and they thunder to the back straightaway.
Colin Weatherholt giving Taylor Peacock some bump drafting there, keep him up towards the front. Colin Weatherholt doing that for Peacock. Joey Stires, Brian Chu coming out of the turn 4 into the front stretch.
Saw the onboard camera for one of our drivers just a moment ago. By the way, don't forget Talladega now. Homestead, Miami coming up next as soon as we finish up with the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series playoff race. It will be the butt kicker I believe it's the 225 from Homestead, Miami. 225 miles, 150 laps. We'll have it for you, Dean and myself, on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. As right now Peacock hugs to the bottom. Weatherholt on the inside. Chu and Stires, they're door to door now as they work off the bank and into turn number 3 there, Stephen.
Taylor Peacock holding on to that lead, about 2 truck lengths in front of that second place truck. I want to say is for third place truck, I should say.
Weatherholt. Yeah, Weatherholt right there. Right behind Peacock. Peacock was on the outside lane, but then he got right back to the bottom. He's been playing blocker on the Chu truck on the outside. That's Brian Chu. Got Phil Pappas on the outside. Weatherholt on the bottom. Raw Meza with a good run in the top 5 right now, along with Chris Blanchard, as they work their way now into turn number 3 up the banking. That's 33 degrees of banking here at Talladega Superspeedway. Working off of 3 and 4. We're in stage 1, and right now Brian Chu and Peacock fighting for the lead right now as they work through the tri-oval here.
Coming across the start-finish line, Taylor Peacock out there in the lead with the Holt right behind him. 51 Brian Chu up in that second lane, getting a push from Phil Pappas before they enter turn 1. Going 2 by 2 all the way back. It'll be like this the whole race pretty much.
Two by 2 down the back stretch. Watching all this action going on. Remember, he had got involved in that incident earlier. Brady LaBeouf did. Working his way on the outside lane to fight back through traffic, and he's got help with his teammate, Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer. They have now got in tag team mode. Jeffrey Johnson watching along as well. As they go back into the corner, into 3 and 4.
Yeah, Brady trying to get around these guys to start that third lane, but just can't quite get the push from behind to get that done. You need at least 3-4 cars to go up there with you in order to be able to stay with the rest of the group, and for some reason they're having a hard time doing that.
Gotta love that camera angle from the start-finish line as they thunder out of the tri-oval back into turn number 1. Remember, the start-finish line at Talladega is purposely built at the end of the tri-oval going to the pit road exit going into turn 1. Wesley Outland, Stephen Bartlett, Dean Hopton with you. The playoffs before Thanksgiving here tonight. We took off last Monday, and there was a schedule error on that. I think they were planning to try to actually be off this Monday, but they said, you know what, we're still going to run. Everybody said, hey, we're still going to do it. They took a week off last, of course, Monday night, and now we're here. And the run is on in the playoffs here as now we start to see him getting 3 wide. Blanchard getting something organized up on the outside lane. You see a lot of drivers are donning the purple and black trucks with Nancy and Justin Lumpkin on the side. And of course, that's paying homage to Miss Nancy Lumpkin, this race here tonight at Talladega in her memory. Remember, lap 18, we will show you the truck that Adam Newbert is driving, that normally Justin Lumpkin drives, and we will have a moment of silence announcer-wise, and it'll just be the roar of the trucks racing around the track, coming up about 5 laps from right now. Here they come off turn 4. It's Phil Pappas on the inside. It's now going to be company from Brian Chu. Chu's got a bunt there from Meza. Adam Newton is up on the outside as well, and they're bumping and pushing each other to the front row from the outside lane in turn 1.
Phil Pappas down there on the inside, still with the 37 of Raul Meza right behind him. Up on top, Brian Chu and Adam Newton holding those top 2 spots up there in that second row, that third line, trying to get going, but they just can't get it done. Just don't have enough in them, I guess, to get that third line going. They come up and try it, and then go back down.
Keep an eye on Robert Richards, though. He's got help from the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, the defending series champion, up on the outside lane, trying to get that third lane going. Right now, as you mentioned, it is Pappas out in front. They're coming up on some low traffic. Slow traffic up ahead. He goes down to the inside of the racetrack. That's Jason Morell, is what might have been for Jason. He got involved in an accident earlier. And right now, Pappas pulling alongside Brian Chu. It's Raul Meza. It's also Adam Newton, and they're still stride for stride, door to door. We're 3 wide again with Kerry Tribune off 2.
About 6.5 laps to go before the caution flag, and about 3.5 to go before we do our moment of silence here in the booth. With Brian Chu holding the lead. Phil Pappas up there now, back and forth with Chu.
Look at this move on the outside lane here. They come into the corner. That's Pappas, Phil Pappas on the bottom. Brian Chu in the middle. Kerry Tribune on the outside. As we close in on the remaining laps of 5 remaining here. Stage number 1 in this race. Down the back straightaway. Brian Chu up in front, 3 wide. He's in the middle. Kerry Tribune trying to get something going on the outside with the help of Robert Richards. Help's coming as well with the help of the 53 of Bo Tiffany. They just, well, here we go. Now we're getting organized, and we're going to go 3x3 here off turn 4. Steven coming to the line.
Everybody getting set up, take that those top 10 spots there at the end of the stage. So they're already getting aggressive, a little aggressive, and trying to fight for those top 10 spots.
Lap number 16 on the board. As Brian Chu continues to hold that formation down the back straightaway now. The Alabama gang super stretch. 3-4 wide can happen here. Right now they're holding their line, and the man in the middle is Brian Chu. For how long, though? Pappas losing ground. Newton gives it a shot to the 51. Now falling back on the outside lane is Tribune, Richards, and Tiffany. They'll try to reel him back in as they work through the tri-oval. Can't get there yet as they come back through the line. Here we go, still battling side by side for the lead. Give it to Phil Pappas now, going back into the corner in turn number 1. And just like that, Pappas on the inside of the racetrack. Pappas will hold on to that spot. Brian Chu will follow as they go to the back stretch. Newton continuing to hold that line. We're coming up on lap number 18, by the way. This will be the silent lap to pay homage and memory and respects to Nancy Lumpkin. We're thinking about Justin Lumpkin and all the family and friends in her passing. As right now, here they come, working off of turn number 3 and 4. Pappas, Chu, they're side by side. Dean, probably the best thing to do is let's show the truck number 18 of Adam Newbert driving the Justin Lumpkin truck, and we pause and reflect and remember Nancy Lumpkin. On behalf of the entire NASRA family, the DSR Electric Truck Series driver Justin Lumpkin, our thoughts and prayers are with him on the passing of his mom Nancy right before Thanksgiving and the holidays. And Godspeed to the lady. And our, again, entire NASRA world is thinking about Justin and all of the family and friends in her passing. We're also on the final lap of stage number 2. Well, stage 1, my apologies. Back straightaway into turn number 3. Brian Chu in the lead. Here comes Kerry Tribune. Steven, he's going to get antsy. There's contact. Brian Chu goes to the bottom of the racetrack, turns into the pack, gets in, hits another truck. And meanwhile, they race into the finish of stage number 1. Here comes Kerry Tribune from the outside lane. Adam Newton down on the bottom in the middle. Here comes the 2. Justin White, he can't get there. Caution out. Kerry Tribune from the outside lane will win stage 1 here at Talladega. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like the 51 of Brian Chu got down there below the apron and got him really loose, and there was nothing he could do after that.
Here's a look at it on the replay. So here they come off of. Okay, so this is actually coming to the finish of the stage. We had already saw Brian Chu going to the bottom. By the way, he'll end up 20th. He was able to continue, no caution. There it is. Look at how fun that is. That's almost all 10 trucks right there within, what, 1,000th of a second crossing the line at speed together. That was fun, Steven. Kerry Tribune gets it done.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that we hadn't really talked about most of that stage. Weatherholt, we talked about a little bit, and Bo Tiffany a little bit, and all those guys finished back there below 5th spot, and Kerry Tribune was able to take the stage, and Adam Newton in 2nd.
Got 4th. Yes, sir. Sure did. Yeah, Coffin Connections entry. He had some problems. So we see these guys get ready to come down to the pit lane. I got a feeling they will. As we did see Kerry Tribune pit earlier. He pit in on lap 3. Some other drivers came down pit road. Adam Newton, Robert Richards did not. But they're coming down here now. Here comes actually the whole smorgasbord of everybody coming down for a carnival of 4 tires, 4 freshies, as our colleague Jacob Reeves calls it, and putting some virtual Sunoco fuel in the tanks. So everybody is on pit road. Everybody is getting reset for the Glass Mechanics stage number 2 here at the Nancy Lumpkin Memorial. Kerry Tribune wins stage number 1. We're back with more from Talladega in just a moment.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Back here at Talladega, and stage 1 is completed. More drivers are coming onto the pit lane as well, getting service, 4 tires and fuel. Guys a lap down or more also getting work done. This will give us a chance, if we can, to try to grab one of the drivers, of course, from Mission 1 Esports, and grab stage 1 winner, Kerry Tribune. He currently sits on the racetrack of the number 3 spot. Use the outside lane and that 6924 Chevrolet race team entry to win stage 1. And Kerry, what a bold move. Got it done.
Just trying to get to the front and trying to do what I can. And we just had Robbie right there, so I just cut in front of him, and I want to thank him for pushing me all the way up to the front.
Had a good move there, and looked like the outside was definitely the way to go. Stand by for Steven. Steven, go ahead.
Yeah, Gary, how are the trucks handling out there tonight on that track?
It's kind of loose. If you get a good push from somebody, you're definitely kind of wrecking loose out here. But it's sort of manageable after a few laps, but the first couple laps is kind of hairy.
And a little bit of Nazareth chaos, as our colleague Steven calls it, in the first opening laps of the race. You think things are going to be calm, cool here for stage number 2, Kerry, as we get ready for a restart?
I mean, we'll see. It's been a lot of action so far, but I don't know. I think we might cool it down. I know we have to pit sometime this stage, so I may have to look out for green flag stops and all that good stuff, so we'll see.
All right, that's, of course, Kerry Tribune. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, definitely trying to help Brady and Phil as much as I can.
Kerry, thanks for your time, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you, guys.
Kerry Tribune and the driver of that 6924 Motorsports entry. And also Mission 1 Esports there. And now the field gets ready to make their way back to the Geico restart zone, and we get ready now for stage number 2. This is the Glass Mechanics stage 2 here at the Nancy Lumpkin 275 Talladega Memorial Tribute Race, and obviously this will take us to lap number 60. And quickly, Up in front, Adam Newton.
Adam Newton with the lead with Harry Dubuque pushing him. And then on that top row, we have Andrew Harris being pushed by Phil Pappas. Colin Weatherholt down there on the bottom in 5th. Followed by Chris Blanchard, Justin White, Brian Chu, Chris Sittleman, and Bo Tiffany as they come out of turn 4 heading to the
Bill, the mass hole, big old kerfluffle at the start of the race there was, and you should have been at the South Carolina 400. Well, yeah, I should have, but I didn't. I had other stuff going on this weekend, basketball and whatnot. And it looked to me like the broadcast of the South Carolina 400 was not the best production by the world of social media. People are just tearing that race to shreds. But congrats to my friend Trayton Lapsovich from Grimsby, Ontario, Canada. Saw him a couple of weeks ago when I did the NASCAR Battle of the Stars at New River All-American Speedway, and for him to have a win, a big win at Florence was special. So big congrats to him. And Bill says, "Dear God, go with Nancy's family to help them through this difficult time. In Nancy's name, I pray for her family. Give them strength, dear Lord. Amen." Amen, brother. Thank you very much, Bill. Race rolls on as we move into the Glass Mechanics Stage 2. And Steven, they're not wasting no time getting back to 3 wide again here.
No, they're not. They're trying to get that top line going again. It was just, I don't know why they can't get it done. They get up there and then they fall behind. I mean, they've got the amount of trucks up there to do it. But for some reason, they just can't stay up there as they slowly make their way towards the front at this time.
By the way, don't forget, again, join us after this race tonight at Talladega for a doubleheader on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Of course, there will be the action of the NASRA Cops Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series final race of the round of 20. We'll have it from Homestead, Miami. It was from this past Friday night. And we will have it for you as soon as we wrap up Talladega here tonight on the NASRA 360 Racing Network with Dean Hopton and myself. Andrew Harris, remember, involved in an accident earlier, and Steven, he has worked his way back up to the front spot in the 87.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me the way Andrew's been running in the series here lately these last few weeks. He's one of those that are not in the bubble, getting ready to go into the Championship 6, so he's trying to get up there and stay up there to make sure that he can advance.
There you see the Elite 10. One driver has moved to the Championship 6 finale at Homestead, Miami, and that is Colin Weatherholt. Who could be joining him? Hard to believe this season is winding down. We've got 3 rounds of this. We already completed 1 round, 2 more rounds, and then the finale is right now here at Talladega. It is Harris in the lead, bottom of the racetrack. He's got help now with Pappas on the outside. Big push there from Blanchard, and they will razzle them up again up the banking at 3 and 4. Trying to get back 3 wide, and they're going to hold off again in the corner.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell who's up there on that, leading that third line. Dark numbers on a dark truck don't help any.
Harris on the inside, Pappas in the middle. Then you've got Bo Tiffany. That's the 53 truck, Stephen, that you're referring to. The 53 is Bo Tiffany. He's the one on the outside lane. He's got a shot from Peacock. Blanchard's in this mix now, and they are starting to get loose, wiggle, giggle, jiggle, bobble, sideways, sidewinders, if you will, as they work their way again back into the corner.
Yeah, these guys need to be careful. This is too early to start all the blocking and pushing. And, I mean, they're going to push to keep the lead cars out there on that are leading each line, but they're getting a little wiggly and squiggly, and it's getting to the point where somebody's going to get turned if they don't settle down.
Got to make it. Got to make it from here. Talladega this week. Next week it's Phoenix. And then December the 9th, we're at Homestead, Miami to determine the champions for Season 4. I want to remind you of that. Season 4 for the drivers of the Nazareth DSR Electric Truck Series. And right before Christmas, the season winds down. And then I got a feeling they'll get ready to wind up and get started again around January for season number 5. That's what I love so much about working with Nazareth. These guys, they win the championship, but Steven, you don't celebrate long as Blanchard now goes to the lead at 9 on the inside. He's got company with Chew up on the top. But to elaborate more on that, you don't celebrate for long. You join the championship, and then you're literally getting ready for the clash.
Yeah, these guys will get about 2-3 weeks off after the end of the season on that December 9th. And then they'll be right back at it. I believe they do plan on taking a break before Christmas before they come back at it and start the next season. But usually Nazareth, 2-3 weeks, that's about it, and they're going again.
Yeah, and I got a feeling they're probably going to, again, as you just mentioned, take off and come back around the first of the year after New Year's. I know there's also some other things they're working on. I know we're working on the Thanksgiving Hangover 350. I'll be in the broadcast booth for that Friday night, Talladega Superspeedway. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and give you the schedule of what's going on this week for Thanksgiving 2024 on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Obviously, we're live Talladega for the second race in the round of 10 to advance to the Championship 6 semifinals here tonight at Talladega, the Nancy Lumpkin Memorial. Coming up immediately following that will be the final race in the round of 20 finale at the Homestead Miami Speedway. That will be tonight. Tomorrow night, the Nazareth Blanchard's Tow and Xfinity Series will be in action on the high banks of Bristol, baby. We're going to the high banks of Talladega, Superspeedway tonight. We're running Bristol tomorrow. That'll be fun. Wednesday, Nazareth Cup Series. We are taking off. We were scheduled to race on Wednesday night, but then they said, oops, it's a glitch. It's Thanksgiving Eve. We're taking off. Happy Turkey Murder Day. We're taking off as well. So no Nazareth or Goat Locker Racing Arc of Thunder playoffs. And then we come back again with the Black Friday race, regular time as the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. And that is the Thanksgiving Hangover 350. So that is the look of what's ahead. And Steven, obviously, replays are available for all of these events after checking it out live. Replays are always cool to go back if you're bored this week doing Christmas shopping or getting tired of watching your team get beat in football. Check out the Nazareth 360 Racing Network and check out these awesome races, as right now, Stage 2 has been pretty calm.
And just a little reminder, Wes, on that Thanksgiving hangover race here on this coming Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, you will be in the booth and I will be in the car.
Yeah, man, you're racing.
I'll be racing this one.
You've got your what do you call it? Your driver wheel back, basically.
Yep, I got my new wheel showed up. It's working just fine, and been having fun again.
Green flag pit stops are happening, by the way. We're seeing some guys come down pit road, including Harris and Peacock, and watching all them, the 11, all of them coming down. Chris Cinnamon. Chris Blanchard. So pit stops. Colin Weatherholt. Remember, Colin Weatherholt is the wild card, right? And let me explain why. He's the joker in the field. He's the joker in the hole because he's already won to advance to the Championship 6. If he has something happen where he crashes out, it really don't matter a hill of beans. He knows he's going to Homestead to race. Look at these other guys. We saw the Chevrolet come down pit road. Now we got all the Toyotas now coming down pit road as well. All the Toyotas are coming down pit road. And a lot of these guys with the same trucks paying homage to Nancy Lumpkin. This is all Toyotas now pitting here, Steven.
Yeah, it looks like some of those guys only took tires, or took only fuel. I mean, they only just did a splash for
gas
and dash on gas and right back at it.
I mean, are you really worried about tires at a super speedway? I would think not. It's all about fuel right now, just to try to get through the stage. As again, it was around lap 25. We're on lap number 36 right now. Will we see anybody else pull off into the pit lane? This actually will separate a lot of these drivers around the racetrack right now, as now scoring is going to show at the line. Jeffrey Johnson, the new leader in truck number 33, the 88 of Pappas behind him, Reeves on the inside, LaBeouf on the bottom, Kerry Tribute, the stage 1 winner. Right now, there's your top 5 in Glass Mechanics, stage 2 off 2.
Jeffrey Johnson, as was said, out there in the lead, followed by Phil Pappas and Jacob Reeves. Cole Hendrickson on the outside in that number 10 black and red car, followed by looks like Tyler Goodwin. Not anymore.
Off of 2. Oh boy, here comes another group of trucks on the binders coming to pit road. And remember, you're coming down pit road at full speed before you drop to the apron, and you got to slow down. I mean, what is that like, Steven? You know, you're going from, 160, 70 miles an hour to, 55? I mean, you got to get down to you got to drop speed immediately.
Yeah, you start dropping speed a little bit when you're still on the track as you go into 3. Into turn 3, but once you're on that apron, you got to be really careful because it's really slick. You can't hit the brakes too hard, but yet you need to get down to that 55 miles an hour before you get to pit entry. Otherwise, you're going to get a black flag and either have to sit there for 40 seconds or do a drive-through penalty.
Here comes that big pack of traffic, as now here comes Cole Hendrickson coming down pit road. Jason Morell is right behind him, and he's overshot and hit the grass on the turf. Didn't take out the cone, but he did overshoot in the grass. That might be a safety violation possibly for the one. Already multiple laps down for the man of the 30th position. And now here comes Cole Hendrickson now going to his pit stall to pit box number 1. He'll have work being done now on the 10. Fuel only, it looks like. Just fuel only.
Tyler Goodwin now out there in the lead in the 13, followed by Bo Tiffany, Cody Knott, Brendan Bullock, and Raul Meza. These guys have not pitted yet, so they should be pitting anytime within the next couple of laps.
So right now, here comes Bo Tiffany. He's the new leader in the 53 machine, the driver from New York, now from North Carolina. He's got Goodwin behind him in the number 13 truck. Not behind him. These guys all single file, along with Bullock and Meza. This is a single file punch line working down to the inside of the racetrack to the double yellow line into 1 and 2. Big gaggle of traffic has now been scattered around the Talladega Superspeedway. Look at the track map up on the top right in Glass Mechanics Stage 2. You can see that there's literally about 5 different packs of traffic, if you will, Stephen, working their way around the racetrack, separating everybody here as we move into the end of stage 2 at lap 60.
Yeah, here we are looking at Colin Weatherholt and Chris Blanchard, Chad Ross. I believe these guys will be the ones that take the lead once Bo Tiffany and Tyler Goodwin, Cody Knott, and Brendan Bullock, Raul Meza finally decide to pit.
Yeah, there's 5 trucks right now, and it's led by the 53. They're going back into corner number 1 and 2. That's that pack right there. So, with that being said, when Tiffany and the top 5 come down to the pit lane, last time they pitted, by the way, was on lap number 23 at the end of stage number 1. So, yes, any moment now, I'm thinking these guys in these handful of trucks are going to peel off onto the pit lane. When they do, Weatherholt in the 6th position will cycle back around, and he will be the leader of the race. As right now, we look at Tiffany and Goodwin and Knott, and all these guys are showing at this time no idea of knowing which direction they're going, and they are not showing signs of slowing, as I stole some of the lyrics from the great Willy Wonka as he works their way back around the racetrack for the 53 in turn 1, Steven.
Yeah, the 37 of Raul Meza.
Yes, the Candyman can, yeah. You remember that? Do you remember that, Dean? There is no idea going. Yeah. So I literally did a musical without singing it, right? Oh, wow.
No, not really. And as we mentioned with the other two groups, I don't think they took tires. They came in and out pretty quick. I think they just topped up on fuel to get to the end of the stage and just came back out and kept going. Now, I did notice a couple laps ago, it looks like the 37 of Raul Meza, like he wanted to go down in the pit, but nobody else wanted to go with him. So you do not want to pit on these tracks by yourself because you will never catch up to everybody else.
On board, Raul Meza. Raul Meza on the bottom there. You're seeing Meza in 5th, and that's Serve Pro, number 37 from Chico, California. Currently on the racetrack, and let's see if they're coming down pit road. No, they are not stopping yet, as we are working now under 20 to go here in Glass Mechanics Stage 2. This will take us to lap number 60 of this race, Stephen, as they're back in turn 1. They're all single file.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that they haven't pitted yet.
Colin Weatherholt back on pit road. The 11 is in the pit lane. Wow, he's on a different strategy than everybody else here, Stephen, it looks like.
Yes, I thought he pitted already, but maybe not. And yeah, and I don't think it's because his engine is overheating that he went in, because he was in the lead. He should have been fine as far as air temperature and the water temperature and all that goes. So that's a mystery.
This is the, if you will, penultimate race next week. This is race number 2 in the semifinal, Championship 10. We do know, again, that Colin Weatherholt has advanced. He has moved his way in to Homestead, so we know he'll be racing for a championship. So you can take this gamble, I'm thinking here, Stephen, right? I mean, that's the reason why he came down pit lane. Maybe he's in a different strategy than other people, and that's completely fine, because literally whatever happens, he's going to win the race. I mean, he's going to the final, if I meant to say, at Homestead. He's still on pit road, by the way. Colin Weatherholt is exited from this race. No, he's making a pit stop.
Yeah, I was going to say he needed to take a pit stop himself, probably.
Yeah, he's taking a pit stop. Speaking of pit stops, let's check in from Colin Weatherholt and bring him in. Colin, what's up, man? Why'd you park it? Colin Weatherholt. Colin, you have a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, why'd you park it? What's going on?
I had 8 minutes of required damage, unfortunately.
Wow. And
yeah,
listen,
we were a bad push, but that was it. But it's okay.
But we were talking about this, though, Colin. I mean, this is the ace in the hole that you have here at Talladega as a wild card, where you won the previous race to advance to the championship final. Where if you have bad luck here tonight, you can call it a night and say, "Hey, I don't have to worry about this race now. I don't."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the advantages of winning Motegi a couple weeks ago. I already got some Homestead practice in, so I might spend my time and go run some more laps at Homestead, or might go hang out with the wife.
There you go. Well, there you go. But if we don't talk to you anymore, actually, I think you run the Blanchard Stowe and Xfinity Series, so definitely, man, keep it on, and we'll see you next week, obviously, for Phoenix.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm up in the booth talking to you guys after the race tomorrow night and next week. So we'll see you then.
There you go. There's Colin Weatherholt. And as we said, Stephen, that answers the question. Again, he's already advanced into the next round. He could have problems. He could park it, and it doesn't matter because he can go on and relax from here. And that's exactly what Colin Weatherholt is doing.
Yeah, he has no worries on anything with that. I'm really surprised that Bo Tiffany and these guys have not pitted yet. They've got to be getting close to running on fumes.
Definitely on a different strategy. They're definitely on a different strategy than everyone else for sure.
Here they
Boy,
go.
oh boy. Here they come. We called it, didn't we? Here they come. There is no idea of knowing when direction they are pitting. Here they come, though. They're in. Coming down pit lane. 4 tires and fuel. Or not even tires. Maybe just fuel, Steven. We saw that for a lot of these guys as we're closing in on 10 to go in stage 2 here. Oh, Goodwin.
Yeah,
Goodwin overshot his box.
Yeah, I didn't see these trucks go up on either side, so I think they're just doing a splash and dash and heading back out there for the last 20 laps of this stage.
He said he splashes and dashes, if you will, here.
James Kaufman now holds the lead in that number 25 with Justin White, Eric Parks, Adam Newton, and Chris Blanchard, the top 5 now that Bo Tiffany and gang have finally come down to get some fuel.
This is the Nancy Lumpkin Memorial 275 on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Of course, I'm Wesley Outland. Mr. Stephen Bartlett, the Viking, is joining us. Nancy Lumpkin and Justin. There's Justin on the left there with his mom. And our thoughts and prayers are with the entire Lumpkin family on the passing of Miss Nancy. As right now, it is Kaufman, the leader, Parks in second, White third, and with under 10 laps to go here, Stephen, these drivers are now new names up in the front, and this is, again, everybody trying to go for the pickings to get stage points.
Yeah, these guys will start to get a little aggressive, especially Adam Newton and Harris. They're and Thomas too, because they're the 3 guys in the playoffs. They're going to do everything they can to try get up to the front and get as many stage points as they can.
Closing in on 9 laps to go now here in stage number 2, presented by Glass Mechanic. James Kaufman now shows his way as the leader, and they got pushed out of line way to the bottom of the apron, and somehow with a little shuffle and a push by Parks and Moore, they are going to free fall like the lyrics to the Tom Petty song, but we still stay green. It's now Justin White, the new leader. Behind him, Adam Newton, Cinnamon, the Spice Man, champion of last year on the outside lane as they work the 3.
And those guys are followed by Chris Blanchard, Stephen Thomas, Andrew Harris, Brian Chu, Fred Lester, and Chad Ross, and Eric Parks was able to get back on the track. And James Kaufman also in 11th right now, too.
Just a wicked bob off the corner, and you saw what happened. We still stay under the green flag as those drivers just kind of free fell in the back of the pack. As right now, Chris Cinnamon now showing his opportunity to be up in front. The Spice Man up in front leads the way. Defending series champion of last year, not anymore. Here comes Justin White, Stephen, on the inside. He's got help. He's got blockers. Here comes Newton. Newton's got Blanchard behind him, and they're powering by the 3 of Cinnamon on the outside.
Yeah, I think we're going to see quite a few lead changes, and not just Cinnamon and Justin White here in these next 7-8 laps. As, like I said, everybody's vying for that top spot at the end of the stage. Get as many points as they can to help them into the next round.
Closing in now on 6 laps to go. Or actually, correction, my apology. Yeah, it will be 6 laps to go. 7 to go this time by on the track now. 6 to go when they come back to the stripe. Working into 3 and 4. Cinnamon now protects the outside lane. Look at DSR Electric up in front and proudly being represented on the inside. Justin White on the bottom. Help with Adam Newton. Adam Newton's got Blanchard as well in line on the outside. Now here comes Stephen Thomas giving a shot to Blanchard. Harris is back up there as well, and Hendrickson as they work into the corner with now 6 to go here in stage number 2.
At the bottom line, Chris in that top line.
Boy, my buddy Stephen Bartlett sounds like a Mr. Roboto there for a second. Let him try to recompose himself again, and we'll try this again as they work into the corner into 3 side by side. It's White on the bottom, Cinnamon on the outside. White Cinnamon, if you will. That's kind of a favorite honey bun in the morning as they work their way off the corner into turn number 3 and 4 with Cinnamon bun. I mean, not a honey bun, Cinnamon bun. As they work into the corner into 3 and 4 through the tri-oval. And look at Cinnamon now, the Spice Man, defending champion. He's out of the run for a championship, but he's making noise at Talladega as they go on to turn 1, Steven. Mr. Roboto. Oh, boy. Steven, reconnect with us, buddy. Disconnect and come back with us as I think he's got some problems going on with the satellites over there in Washington State, or Oregon, actually, right now as they work into the corner. Time is running out, Dean. Look at these guys. Thunder in the turn number 3 and 4 with 3 wide. But right now, Justin White on the inside. He's got them going below the apron as they work into 4. Oh. And the Toyotas with the special paint scheme of DSR Electric. Also in memory of Nancy Lumpkin up there in the front. Look at Justin White now. 4 laps to go here in stage number 2. Presented by the Glass Mechanic. Bobbing, weaving, snaking, if you will, like we mentioned with Indy cars. Swim racing up in front. The 51. The Toyota, Brian Chu in the lead. Behind him is Thomas now. That's Stephen Thomas. Chris Cinnamon shuffles out of line. He'll fall back to a handful of spots to 5th. Cole Hendrickson behind him. They're going to go 3 wide as they work into the tribal again. Great racing, Dean, as they go back into the corner again. And look at Cinnamon now trying to get something going on the outside one more time with 3 to go in stage number 2. And Cinnamon pulls out a line, now drops to the inside. It's now Hendrickson's goes on to the top shelf. He's got help. Here comes Blanchard. He'll give him a shove and a putt in the pants on the outside lane. Here comes Blanchard now with help behind him. That's Harris in the 87. All this going on as we're 3 by 3 by 3 as they work their way through the tri-oval. Coming down to the line. 2 laps to go now here in stage number 2. And any of these trucks could win the stage. Could we see calamity? They're holding it together, but Hendrickson to the lead, Dean, in 1. Oh no, contact! Blanchard turns White into Harris. Harris goes into the Brian Chu. Brian Chu's able to continue along, and they're crashing off of turn 2. Caution is out. This will end stage number 2 under yellow. Wow. And they will. They will. They have to. Yeah, because I mean they're coming to the 1 to go here this time by in the stage. And look at this again. We need to rewind it just a little bit more. Look at Blanchard, and Blanchard's going to end up winning the stage. He comes out smelling like a red rose, pardon the pun. Look at Blanchard, bonsai's off Chew, got Newton on the bottom. Justin White got turned, slammed hard into the outside, safer barrier up into the second turn, 33 degrees of banking. And then as he came back down the racetrack, look at Chris Blanchard, somehow found a way to weasel through all this, got around, and we'll end up with the stage 2 win here. Because you got to remember, Cole Henriksen in the 10. Cole Henriksen's on the tail end of the lead lap. Yeah, he was fighting to stay on the lead lap. He's on the tail end of the lead lap. He will go to the tail whenever we reset and go back for a restart for stage 3. But again, Chris Blanchard able to find a way to maneuver and weasel through and win stage number 2. Steven, I don't know if you caught the end of it there, but we had a little, where's the graphic at there, Dean? We had a little bit of Nazareth chaos, as Stephen Bartlett calls it, on the final couple of laps of stage 2. There it is, Steven. Hey, you get the credit.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me now. I ended up restarting my computer.
Yeah.
Because even when I shut down Discord and came back, I had a hard time understanding everybody. So, but into the stage, I guess we had some chaos while I was gone, and so not my fault. I was gone.
Don't blame it on. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. Blame it on the night. Here tonight, here in Talladega. And just like that, it did get a little wild there at the end of stage number 2. When it's all said and done, let's grab our buddy Chris Blanchard. We ain't talked to him in a long time. Of course, we appreciate all he does with Blanchard's Towing and the Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. Don't forget, tomorrow night, they're going to be at Talladega. Tomorrow night, they're at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby. But right now, let's grab him. Chris, you got a copy?
I got a copy, buddy.
Man, stage 2 winner. It wasn't pretty, but you had to do what you had to do to get it done.
Yeah, I haven't watched the replay yet, but I guess I got into Brian Chu, which I really didn't mean to. It was just hard racing, and I was trying to take full advantage of the Cole being a lap down. I know I wouldn't have lost a drafting partner, so. But I'll take the stage win, and we'll see what we can do in the next one.
Now, let's try to take a look at this again if we can. If you're watching the replay, you look like you had a run on the outside lane. You were trying to get a push from the third lane, and then you came down and maybe got into Brian Chu, but about that same time, Justin White, Brian Chu turned, got to your left rear, and then you kind of got into Justin White and hooked the right rear. Not meaning to do so because you bonsai'd off the driver's side of your truck, got into the passenger side of Newton. Wouldn't say that it was intentional. It just seems like you guys are racing hard for stage points here.
I'll take it. I mean, every point, I mean, I don't, a win is a win. I guess a stage win, yeah, they come hard, so I'll take it. I didn't mean to do it, and I hope they're okay with it.
Steven, you got anything? Yeah, why aren't you in the car? That's a good question. Why aren't you in the car?
Yeah, I had 37 seconds optional. And did you see that save?
Oh yeah, we saw it.
That was a pretty impressive
And then you came
save.
back and won the stage, man, for sure. Steven, you got anything for Mr. Blanchard?
No, I wasn't. Oh.
And here comes the return of Mr. Roboto. Chris, thanks again. Go ahead, buddy. But real quickly, though, man, let everybody know that Blanchard's Towing and Repair is available during the Thanksgiving holidays if you need any help, right?
We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And
holidays, Raiders shine, just better than the Postal Service.
It don't matter. We'll go as far as your wallet wants to take us.
There you go. Big thanks to... Will we send a tow truck to Australia? No, he's in Maine. I don't think he'll send a tow truck to Australia, but I know it's definitely cold up in Maine. Beautiful country up there as well. When it's all said and done, Chris Blanchard. By the way, don't forget Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series for Nazareth tomorrow night. They're in Bristol. We're going to take a break. What do you got, Chris?
Hey, did you see that I tagged you in a post earlier on Facebook?
I did. I think I saw something about McConey setup and who are some of the greatest motorsports announcers of all time, and I appreciate you
Absolutely.
throwing my name out there. I saw Eli Gold and Ken Squire and Chris Economaki, and my goodness, my name thrown in the hat with some pretty damn big names of the motorsports world that have done a lot more than me, and I appreciate the thought, Chris. Thank you, buddy.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Chris Blanchard there. We'll not going to go to break. We will not. We're going to green. We're going to green. Thanks, Chris, for the conversation. We can. What team are you with, Chris? I need to find you in the box again. Is it Mission 1?
Up front.
Up front. That's it. Up front. Up front. Up front. There we go. So he'll go back in the box, and we'll go back to the Geico restart zone. And Steven, are you back with me, Mr. Roboto Viking?
I am back.
Green, green, green.
It's like the rabbit on the wheel keeps churning, Gotta fix it. Stage 3, we're going to green. Raw mess out of line in the back. Ready to settle it here in the Nancy Lumpkin Memorial from Talladega. And here come the tribute trucks on the bottom. On the top, Monkey in the middle is the defending champion, Spice Man Cinnamon, as they work in 2.
Those guys up there on top trying to get that third line going again. 3 trucks, though, I think they're going to have a little bit of a difficult time, but these top 5, 9 trucks, 8 trucks, these guys behind them are pretty far behind, so it's they're not getting the drafts that they need to get right now. As they start to catch up. I don't know. There's a lot of but pretty black. So plenty of time.
Oh boy, he's having problems again, man. Steven, you might need to take the rest of the night off, brother. Whatever's got going on, you're having technical difficulties bad, my friend. Oh my goodness. Back straightaway into turn number 3. Steven, hopefully we'll try that third time's the charm, bring him back with us there, but he's still sounding like a robot. So Thomas is in the lead, Cinnamon in second, Lester and Peacock all in line, all in tow. Here we go, Dino, 3 wide again in the tribal. By the way, don't forget, join us, Dean and myself, coming up later next. It's not later tonight, it's next. As soon as we finish up with Talladega, we'll have a very fast post-race show because we have to quickly get right back to work, and we have the race from Friday night with the, the final race in the round of 20, I believe it was, Dean. It was the butt kicker, 225 from Talladega. Going on right now, the Nancy Lumpkin 275 from Talladega. And then later tonight, we're going to go to Homestead, Miami. We'll have that race for you in its entirety on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Now, I do want to remind you, it is a delayed broadcast from this past Friday. I have not looked at anything. I have not looked at results, anything that happened in the race. I want to have it that way. The only thing I saw was the glitching of the start from last night, and Dean, if I remember, there was an accident on the opening laps on the front straightaway. That's all I can remember. That's it. That's right. As right now, here they come, 3 by 3 by 3 again. Here comes Phil Pappas up on the outside lane. He'll get going, as well as Peacock. Show Peacock the lead on the outside, or he's in the middle lane. Bottom lane, Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man. He is on the inside. Can he power back to the lead? Peacock, Cinnamon, Newton right there. Here comes the now push from Thomas on the inside in 44. Newton, the 19 on the 81. Here comes Pappas with a push by Brady LaBeouf. Yes, sir. Brady's up there on the outside lane as they work again. 3x3 off turn 4. Love it. Yes. To stay up there on that top shelf where Grandma hides the cookies in the cookie jar from Grandpa, and his dentures too, might I add. Working up the outside lane as they go into the corner. Pappas up on top. Here comes now Peacock. Cinnamon inside, and here we go again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 trucks all in a line. 3x3, 5 rows into turn 3, Dean, at Talladega. Yes, for sure. I don't know if they can pit twice, but I know they'll pit at least once in this stage, third stage, final stage of the race to determine who's going to be the winner in this playoff round semifinal. Again, the winner will advance to the championship 6, joining Colin Weatherholt. We spoke to Colin earlier. Remember, he had a damage on the truck that was going to last about 8 minutes or so. He said, the hell with it. I'm going to park it. There's a need for me to try to be on the clock and go several laps down and try to come back out. And as I said, Dean, as they work their way through the tribal, that's the benefit of having the wild card of winning before coming to Talladega. You survive this wild ace in the hole, if you will, because, again, regardless of what happens, Nazareth Chaos, crashing calamity, hearts are going to be broken, if you will. You know that it's okay. You can park it and say, hey, man, I had a good night. I don't have to worry about this. It's on to Phoenix next week. Let's say he probably needs to go spend time with the missus. Happy wife, happy life. So let's do it. Here we go. 3x3x3x3. Look at this, guys, everybody. 12, 15 trucks all in a line. One wrong slip, and you're going to have chaos trouble. As right now, Pappas up on the outside. Here comes now, oh boy, Peacock in the middle, Cinnamon on the bottom. Here comes those tribute trucks coming back into the fold again with Thomas and Newton and Blanchard and all of them working down the back stretch. Oh, there's that second line we're watching as well, Stephen. They're single file, but one wrong slip, man, and we're going to have trouble here.
We're starting to catch up. Look at the track map. I was muted the whole time on the stream too, I think. So, oops, I couldn't hear me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's up to you, all the watchers out there, to let us know that so that we can get it all perfect. But also so that.
Like, we can't hear him. Wesley's talking crazy again. What is he doing?
So, see those packs? And they're catching the other two drivers. That's the 58 up the road. That's Jonathan Caulfield. And I can't quite see it. It might be Justin White. That's right. Just tagging with him in that little two-way race that they're having. A lap down. And that might be another lap down too, as this pack is catching pretty quickly. Wesley?
You know, Dean, for the most part, this race has been fairly quiet. I mean, we've had a couple of chaotic moments at the end of the stages, if you will, but it's actually been a fairly, clean race. I mean, what do we have? 3 caution flags, I think, so far. That's been it.
Yeah, now you've just cursed it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
By talking about it, it's all going to go pear-shaped. And we're going to have a couple in the kitty litter, a couple in the fence. No, we won't.
Yeah, the kitty
litter. A little wiggle and a giggle and a jiggle. A little loosey-goosey. There's the boss man. Give us a wave there,
Imitation
Brady.
is the best flattery, as I always said. And you trying to imitate me in my quotes is hilarious. A wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble is what you were trying to say, right?
That's there we go.
Oh.
How's that track there?
Down to the
at the moment? 75 with 7 mile per hour. When I
Warmed up, believe it or not.
Sorry?
Yeah. I said it warmed up. It was at 68. Now it's at 75.
It's because the drivers are sweating more and it's bringing more heat to the track. How about
Sentiment
Stephen
on the
Thomas,
inside.
mate?
Peacock right there. Look at Stephen Thomas.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that there, Dino. He's right there in that third spot down to the inside of Newton. And they're going to battle side by side. What was 3 wide for about 5 or 6 rows has now got back to 2 by 2 by 2. And they're going to do-si-do up to 33 degrees
Caution.
of bank here at Talladega. We got a caution. Yellow flag on the racetrack. Trouble. The 38 machine has crashed.
It's Chad Ross.
Chad Ross with a problem. His Chevrolet from Largo, Florida. It is a single truck spin. Chad Ross crashes in one, and it puts us under yellow flag for the 4th time.
Oh,
Here's a
got
look
tagged.
at a replay. Oh, he got tagged by Kaufman. Oh, I
just a little
stand
bit.
corrected.
Just
He
a
took a
tiny-
shot there. Watch this. Watch the 25. Couple of Chevrolets there. Kaufman into the right rear. Ross. Spitting smoke coming from the trucks as they're on squilling those tires, if you will. See a lot of these guys are donning pink rims, and that is to pay homage for Nancy Lumpkin as well for cancer.
Look how far Taylor Peacock has gone up the road there, as everybody else is just bunched up. Of course, he's going to catch the pace truck. Or if he does elect to head it down into pit road, he's going to have a massive advantage. Just 2.8 seconds if pit lane does open up.
So we're closing in on 30 laps to go here. We're under 30 laps to go now. Dean, do they pit? Do you think they're going to pit? And this could be the money stop coming up here.
That's
Do you
one
think
to
they're all
see.
going
He
to
just caught the pace truck, so he'll lose that gap that he had. As there's the pace truck there on turn 3. I would say yes. I'd say splash it up to the end, mate, because you never know. If there is another caution later on, you could just stay out there and get some track position.
Yeah, part of me was debating were they at least going to have 1 or even 2 pit stops in this race. There's going to at least be 1. Maybe with this caution coming out, it will sequence everything to about 27, 26 laps to go when they come back to green. And maybe they can go to the finish here on lap number 75, this time by down to the line. And it looks like everybody is bringing their trucks down on pit road. Here comes the kaleidoscope of colors into their pit stalls. Want to hit your pit box? Don't want to make a mistake. Don't want to overshoot it. Don't want to overshoot it. You want to make sure you hit your marks perfectly, especially, Dean, if all these guys are not taking on tires. It looks like it's fuel only. Some are taking tires, but for the most part, it is fuel only. And Peacock in. He's out of the race. He's out first now. Peacock is the new leader in the number 81, up 4 spots. He was in 5th when he came down pit road.
Some of the drivers, let's have a look at those times. Yeah, some of the drivers elect to take a little bit more, either a little bit more gasoline. I don't think it's full tires, but because they're only taking some side, because some of those pit stops are about 14 seconds or so. Then you got the drivers like Taylor Peacock who took us 7 seconds, just sub 8-second pit stop.
Yeah, we got about 20, close to 25 plus in our chat box tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. In memory of in memory of Nancy Lumpkin, Justin Lumpkin's mom. This is the Nancy Lumpkin 275 from Talladega. And I would also like to say that obviously Thanksgiving is approaching. Thanksgiving is coming up this upcoming Thursday. And I would like to, do a little tease. Well, not tease. I'd like to interact with our audience in the chat box. So, if you are tuning in, listening, interact with us, tell us what your favorite Thanksgiving food is. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food to feast on for Thanksgiving, for Happy Turkey Murder Day, as I call it, jokingly? Dean, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food to feast on?
Oh, it's a turkey, mate. Like? When I was lived in the States or even in Central America and stuff like that, because we celebrate Thanksgiving with my American friends, North American friends, and
Yeah.
It's a lovely turkey. You guys just do a mean turkey. And we don't do it over in Australia, mate. It's not a big thing to eat a lot of turkey, and we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. But we have Sunday roasts. It's a very British thing, an Australian thing to have a Sunday roast, which is you mix it up there. You could have lamb, you could have pork, beef roast, all that sort of stuff. But we do it every weekend. We don't have to do it once a year.
So in the chat box, what is your favorite food to feast on for Thanksgiving? Let me know. Bill the Masshole and everyone else. It's been kind of quiet in the chat. If you want to, interact with us. What is your favorite food to feast on during Thanksgiving? So, I am a lover of cranberry sauce. Not gonna lie to you.
Yes.
I love my cranberry sauce. I do. Hell, I could probably eat it not even during the holidays. But I would have to say that my all-time favorite food on Happy Turkey Murder Day is deviled eggs. Got to be deviled eggs. Got to be deviled eggs. I'm not a fan of onions. I hate onions. Anybody that knows me knows that I despise onions. Okay, I don't like onions. Ugh.
You wouldn't like a thing called Bunning Snags that we have, which is like a Home Depot. They do a little barbecue thing out front, and it's a bun with a sausage on it, and it's fried onions on top of it, mate.
Oh God, no! Now, so listen, I hate onions, but I like onion rings. Okay, what the hell is wrong with me, Dean? I don't like onions. I hate raw onions, but I like fried onions. I like onion rings. I like bloomin' onions. You're from Australia. You know what a bloomin' onion is, right? Bloomin' onion, yeah. And I like onion powder. So for me, the deviled eggs have to be deviled eggs made the way that they are with onion powder and a lot of paprika. Okay, gotta have that spice to it there. And then taking the yolks and chopping them all up and mixing it in there as well. I like that. So there you go. So now you know what my favorite food is on Thanksgiving. Hold the onions. All right, we're gonna come back to the Geico Restart Zone and let us know what your favorite food to eat is on Thanksgiving. 27 laps to go. I kind of mentioned that a moment ago, Dean. They're going to come back to the Geico Restart Zone, and we're going to get ready for a finish with Peacock now taking the outside lane, preferred choice for the leader. Newton will be on the inside, and they're coming back to speed. We're going back to green as Goodwin got pushed out of line. Got back rolling. We're still good. They're going to go back to speed with Peacock on the outside lane. Now going to pull to the bottom, throw the block on Newton. No, he cannot. Hendrickson with help from Cinnamon as they bump each other into 1 and 2.
Adam Newton's holding there exactly as you mentioned. Oh, Wesley, it's because I can't hear you because you've been muted the whole time. You're kidding. No. You've been fine. That's why they're not answering questions. No.
I hope not. I mean, tell me.
You're live. That's fine. I make sure that you guys are live. Well, Mr. Peacock is working his way there. Adam Newton, Stephen Thomas, who is looking good here to get him some hurler points. And Bo Tiffany just inside that top 10. But if we get a bit of Stevie now, chaos time, because when you re-rack them, you restack them, generally cautions, big cautions. Well, we shall see as we're getting deeper and deeper into the finale here, because we've crossed 3/4 of the way mark.
Yeah, we're right now, 26 laps to go now here as they go back into the corner again, and it is getting good here, obviously working into turn number 2 to the back straightaway. It is Adam Newton on the inside, Peacock in the middle lane. Somebody's trying to get something started up on the outside. This again, that's going to be the driver, I believe, of Newton. Adam Newton now has got some help, and he's going to get some company with Bo Tiffany. Bo Tiffany and Parks now get back up into the battle again as they work into the corner.
Oh, Parks going up to the high side. You see close to the fence, gets a little wiggle and jiggle and a little loosey-goosey there, but if he can manage to do it, Chad Ross, I think it might have just gone around somewhere too. Oh, he's gone into pit road. Something that
he's
looked
on
like
pit road.
Yeah, there we go. So, Taylor Peacock still in the lead, but they're not going through 3 wide just yet. They're trying there, Wes. They're trying. They're thinking about it.
Thinking about it, being patient, ready to see what happens here at Talladega off of turn number 2. By the way, under 25 laps to go now. They're 3 wide again. By the way, there is massive cloud cover over the racetrack as we're watching all this going on. By the way, don't forget, all week long, got it for you. It's kind of a short week this week. Tonight, Talladega. Next, Cops Trucks from last Friday. That will be from Homestead. Tuesday, tomorrow, Nazareth Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series from Bristol. Wednesday off. Thursday, Happy Turkey Murder Day, Thanksgiving on Thursday. Friday, special Black Friday hangover right here at Talladega. We're going to go 350 miles with the Thanksgiving hangover. Gotta love Talladega. It's going to be a good one. And I know they're working on the plans for another holiday race as well, possibly on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. I think I don't want to spoil all the information there, Dean, but I know Brandon Broadfoot is trying to possibly put together like a holiday. Listen to this. Tell me what you think of this. Holiday Grinchmas 500 miles, 334 laps from Atlanta Superspeedway. Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Superspeedway track.
And I think on top of it, because I used to do it for the Formula One that I used to be broadcasting back in the day as well, I think on top of it, because we did a Christmas event, so everybody has to have Christmas liveries and things like that too. So have some little prizes or something like that, or a little shout out to whoever picks the best Christmas livery or Grinch or something Christmas themed, perhaps.
Yeah.
You could do a Jack
That's
Frost
awesome.
and have it all white and or a full Grinch color.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow. Hey, speaking of Formula One, did you hear the announcement today? Cadillac and GM?
Yes.
Starting in 2026. How cool is that going to be?
know,
Cadillac and General Motors and Formula One. Let's put Max Verstappen in a Cadillac car, right? I mean, it'll shock the world.
Well, you wanted 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. You got it, Wesley. With 23 to go. And
Zach Hartwick is chiming in, by the way. He says, Justin Lumpkin, if you're watching, thoughts and prayers to your family through this tough time. It was a pleasure to be a part of these tribute schemes. God bless you. So again, Zach Hartwick with a sentimental acknowledgement on the passing of Nancy as well. We're thinking about our buddy Justin. I know we're trying to carry on and do our broadcast, and honestly, Dean, we've been through our share. I've been through my share of hurt, pain, sorrow, passings of loved ones, friends, and sometimes the best thing to do is to have a diversion to try to take your mind off of the pain and thinking about them. But we are mindful. We are thinking about the Lumpkin family. We're just trying to do our job to make this race entertaining. But please, people, don't think that we're in any way being disrespectful or anything like that. We're just doing our job like we normally would do. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, 5, 6 rows again, and here we go. Watching Peacock now go to the lead on the inside in 2.
as you mentioned, Nazareth is a family itself. So it's
we
racing
are,
network, but
yes.
we're a family. So we look out for each other, of course, and we're here to support everybody as needed, of course, in tough times, good times, bad times. We're all here as a family, and you can just goes to show you the dedication of the drivers of those liveries and stuff like that, what they're willing to do to everybody to support each other as this family we have.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're mindful and we're thinking about all of them for sure. Again, with everything that's happened, and obviously, as we mentioned, we're thinking about Nancy Lumpkin, Justin Lumpkin. By the way, I also want to tell you that our thoughts and prayers are with Brandon Bullock. Brandon Bullock, driver of the number 17 for Nazareth. He's also dealing with some heartache. I don't know if you were able to read it, Dean, but he said, I come to you all with a heavy heart asking for your thoughts, prayers, and support. My cousin is facing an unimaginable loss as their beloved child was sadly, tragically taken from us due to a senseless gang violence.
Wow, that's horrible.
No parent should ever have to bury their child, and we are having to do this. We want to honor their memory with this dignity and love that they all deserve. We've set up a GoFundMe to help cover funeral expenses and support the family through this incredibly difficult time. If you are able to contribute even a small amount to help this family, to help my cousin, it would mean the entire world to us. If you can't, please consider sharing the link and keeping my cousin and our family in your thoughts. Together, we can help ease some of their burden and remind them that they are not alone in this dark time. Thank you for all of your kindness and compassion. And Dean, I don't know if you see it or not, but there is a GoFundMe link, and I can send it to you if you want me to. And then maybe we can put it in the chat box. But this is for another one of our Nazra comrades and friends. Again, this is Brandon Bullock, and a guy that we know from the series in the number 17 truck. And if we could share that link maybe in the chat box, if you can make a donation to help out Brandon Bullock's cousin and family man, I can't even imagine. As we come to the end of this thing here with 18 laps to go, I can tell you this. I remember my dad always telling me, you're supposed to bury me, not me bury you. And normally the kids are supposed to bury the parents. And sometimes life doesn't go that way. Sometimes things go wrong, and we can't explain it. But as much as we think about Nancy Lumpkin and Justin and that family, we also think about Brandon Bullock's cousin and senseless gang violence taking a young life, a child. There is a link. It is posted. If you would like to make a generous donation to help out them, please do so. We'll also try to pass it along in the next broadcast as well. 17 to go. I got off track. We're in our final under 20 laps remaining. Normally we show the Premier Racing Setups race. We haven't really, Dean, talked much about them. If you want to go side by side and throw them up on the box, we normally do the Premier Racing Setups 20 to go. And, of course, they were going to be the sponsor for tonight's race at Talladega before they decided to make it the Nancy Lumpkin Memorial Race at Talladega. In her passing, but obviously everything from dirt, pavement, modified, late model sprint cars, NASCARs, sportsmen, late models, modifieds on pavement, iRacing setup, request passes, and more and much more. Mention Nazra from the top setup builders and get 15% off your order. Another 15% goes into the pocket of Nazra as well. That is Premier Racing Setups. 15 laps to go next time by. And it is getting wild here at Talladega right now as they work into turn number 3, Dean.
Yeah, we thank you, and I'm sure Premier Racing Setups will be will be absolutely fine that this race was dedicated to Nancy. Of course, Premier Racing Setups, we definitely will love that they support this fantastic Nazareth network, and we definitely need those setups, certainly for a lot of these drivers that have new tracks, and certainly if they get out in road courses and things like that. We know some of these drivers don't mind road courses. We know a lot of them don't like road courses. And I don't know as well, too, mate, as we get down. One person we can pull in for a bit of a chinwag, and whilst he's racing under green flag, is the man that loves Dega. And I know who we're talking about, right? Mr.
Yes.
57. I mean, should we do it to him? You can blame me.
Jacob Reeves. Superspeedway, something about this guy in Superspeedways. He knows how to get up there to the front, and that's exactly what he's doing. So right now we watched him again work into the corner.
Yeah, he's up on the high side.
Time is running out, man.
Number 2, Jacob, is not in the playoffs, so he's just out there to help out his teammates as much as possible. He's probably hidden from us, isn't he? Because he knows that we tend to that.
Inside, Bullock, yes, sir. Peacock on the bottom. There goes Hendrickson, by the way. How about Cinnamon? I don't want to jinx him as we close into the finish of this race. 14 laps to go. But how about Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man, man? This guy has had not a great season this year, right? I mean, it's been I don't want to say this in a disrespectful term, but it's been a dismal year for the reigning champion, the defending series champion. He is not in the championship run this year. Chris Cinnamon, I think, only has one win this year, my friend, and that came in August at Texas Motor Speedway at the All-Star race, okay? The All-Star race. It has not been a good point season for the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, but man, he's just trying to get another win on his column. If he can pull it off here. Here comes the number 3 right there in the 3rd spot, ironically. as we close in on 13 to go here at Talladega.
He's in a good spot, of course, no doubt, because at this point, you're staying in the middle row, you've got an opportunity to go left or right if you're a gap with that car. And if anything, if it gets a nice toe, something might want to push him up. If he jumps in front, he can't jump in front of the 73 right now, but at some point later on he can. With 13 to go, we'll see. Anything can happen, and does happen in motor racing, virtual or real. Oh,
look at this. Hold on, Parks. Parks also stacked up the field behind them. Shuffled the deck, if you will, as now Kerry Tribune, stage 1 winner, had to fall out of line. Parks lost a little momentum. Here comes the inside and middle lane shifting with power and momentum. Give Cole Hendrickson the point. Chris Cinnamon gave him a shove. Here comes now Peacock on the bottom. He'll get some help now from Newton. And that driver, Thomas, all on his back door as they go 3 wide up the bacon again with 12 to go.
Oh, now it's time when you get down to that 10 to go there. That's when you've got to get your moves started, your strategy starting to pay off there, Wesley. Otherwise, time's not on your side because it will go pretty quickly. The Superspeedway here in Dega. As you can see, when are we going to see that third line forming? There you go. They're trying to push it now. Keep your eyes peeled on the 23 of Joey Stiers. And he's getting a push behind.
And I would certainly say somewhere on the box, cue up our buddy Nazareth Chaos. I got a feeling it is coming. Look at this big gaggle of traffic as our buddy, the Viking, Stephen Bartlett. He had some technical issues and had to leave the broadcast early, but boy, cue it up because I got a feeling something is going to go wrong here in just mere moments. 11 to go. The way they're racing, one wrong slip and you're going to have chaos, as right now Peacock continues to hug the inside of the racetrack in the lead, but here comes the outside lane, working again up at 3.
There it is, and it's going to see if it's going to pay off. It takes a bit to get it going, doesn't it? Yeah, but once it gets going, it gives you a little bit of speed. The inside, I'd say, still the inside has been kind of the key that has worked here this evening. But when it comes down to the chaos time, as the Stevie said, right there, the chaos time, we'll see whether or not...
I would just leave it up there. I wouldn't get rid of it. I'd keep it up there because I got a feeling chaos is upon us. Shout out to our buddy, the Viking Chaos, Nazareth Chaos time, as he calls it. And I got a feeling it's going to go right here in any moment. Closing in, strap in, 10 remaining in the Nancy Lumpkin 275. And how fitting would it be if one of these tribute trucks, donning the purple rim on the tires for pancreatic cancer, and of course the tribute for Nancy, is able to win this race right now. Joey Stiers, here's a name we haven't talked about all night. Here he comes in the lead. The 23 Toyota from, of course, Mackinac, Illinois. Joey Stiers up in front as they're getting shuffled 3 wide behind him in the back, and it looks like we're starting to see a pyramid as they're coming through the tribal now, Dean. It's single digits, 9 to go.
And they're getting a little loosey-goosey on the rear end as they're starting to come around, as you mentioned there, so it would be absolutely fitting if the tribute could happen. Well, it's only just Joey, and there's a few cars further back on that one, but maybe they give him a push to give him that win there. The number 23 machine up 5 positions. So there's a wreck, and that is...
And there he goes. There's your Nazareth Chaos, and I knew it was bound to happen. Kerry Review, Pappas, LaBeouf. Looks like Kaufman got caught up in it. Goodwin got caught up in it. So many good contenders involved. I told you not to take that off the screen, because when you did, all chaos broke loose. And there it is. Look at the 25 of Kaufman up on the top of the 24, Brady LaBeouf. That's how it got started. He's now got Cheech and Chong riding with him. He's definitely virtually up in smoke. Look at the replay of what happened here. Pulse poppers, instant replay. Keep your eye on that 25 truck there perfectly, Dean, because watch what happens to him up on the top of the safer barrier and rides up on the top of the hood of the 24.
As you get tagged
of
there,
Brady LaBeouf. Look at this again.
So
it's heartbreaking.
Free falling.
And there he is on the top of the truck of Brady LaBeouf. Brady LaBeouf goes spinning in the opposite direction. So does Phil Pappas. So does Jeffrey Johnson. The 58 got a piece of it as well. Kerry Tribune involved. What a quiet night, by the way, for the 58. We were mentioning him. You know, we know who we're talking about, the 58 machine.
Yes.
Obviously, Jonathan Cofield, Mumford, Alabama. This is his home track, actually, virtually. He's had a quiet night tonight. He's hung in the back. Maybe that was a strategy to that. And then he gets caught up in this calamity, this chaos, as Mr. Viking Stephen Bartlett calls it. Look at this again, Dean.
Yeah, look at the red machine up the road. That's what Brady will get into, and there's 25, and at this point, Perry's stuck up against the fence and absolutely nowhere to go. And then you can see the rest of the field there. Nate Mauer, Phil Pappas, I think, was also involved in that one. It's quite a few, as you can see. Really nowhere to go. And that's Steve Bartlett's Chaos Time. Nazareth Chaos Time. That's the one. Go back live.
Stephen Bartlett's Nazareth Chaos puts us under yellow flag with under 7 laps to go. More from Talladega after the break. And we do got guys pitting on pit lane. We'll cover that next.
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Oh, welcome back. Nazareth Chaos Time rolls on. Going to be at Phoenix next Monday night. Don't forget, join us 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Don't forget, coming up as soon as we finish up here tonight at Talladega, and I will promise you, we're going to get off the air quick, okay, because we have another broadcast for Nazareth for you that we normally don't do on Monday night. We got a doubleheader, and we don't want to be here late all night long. So as soon as this race concludes at the checkered flag, we're going to grab our top 3 and get off the air and reset and go for the next one. That'll be, again, the Cops Truck Series round of 20 finale from this previous Friday at Homestead, Miami. Join us. Dean Hopton and myself will be on the call as soon as we finish with Talladega. As always, thanks to the Viking Stephen Bartlett for joining us as again, he was having technical issues and had to leave early. So, Dean Hopton, Wesley Outland here with you. The lights are off on the pace truck. 6, make it 5 remaining on the race distance. We're still in our regular race distance, and we're going to go back to green next time by there, Dino.
Yeah, even though Stephen went a little robotic on us, he's still got his chaos. As he expected.
I am robotic.
Turkey.
We'll try this again. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Happy Turkey Murder
It's chaos
Day.
time.
Oh, yes. Welcome to my nightmare.
Joey Stiers, Taylor Peacock on the front row. Cole Henriksen, Adam Newton, row 2. Stephen Thomas, Chris Cinnamon, row 3. How about this guy? Stephen Thomas up 25 spots in 5th. There he is. And he's also donning a special tribute truck for Nancy Lumpkin.
I love
The
that.
rest of the top 5. Chris Cinnamon in 6th. Chris Blanchard, what a run for him. Stage 2 winner up to 7th. Brian Chu, Eric Parks, Bo Tiffany.
Yeah,
Your
Bo-
top 10.
Bo needs a good result here, of course, because he himself and
Look at
certainly
Jacob!
Seamus and Jacob. Yeah, but
Jacob outside the top 10, door banging download.
Yeah.
Redneck announcer.
home track.
Doing good. And obviously Adam Newbert donning the tribute truck for Justin Lumpkin. Usually Adam Newbert driving the 18 for Swim tonight as we'll get ready to come back for a restart. It is an open hand from your flagman as the field will come back to the green silk, this time by 5 laps to go. Here they come. Stiers and Peacock on the front row. Green flag through the Geico restart zone. Ready to go back to it again at Talladega and settle it out here in memory of Nancy Lumpkin, 275. Remember, we're here again on Friday night for the Black Friday Thanksgiving Hangover 350. Join us. Inside, there goes Stiers in that tribute truck on the inside. Hendrickson with a push, a shove. Peacock now on the outside, or the middle lane, if you will. Got a couple of those tribute trucks for Highline Racing and DSR right there in line as well.
Can Joey hold off at this point? When's that third lane going to start forming? Because you get it going now, gentlemen, as they get the temperature back into those tyres. Perfect day, evening to go racing, and of course more coming up, as you'd mentioned before, because we got the Cop Series that has been postponed, but postponed for the broadcast. But Jacob
third track through the tri-oval, and somehow he kept it off the back end of Parks. Number 73 from the tailgate. That could have been disastrous, and they hold it together in the 1 and 2 again, Dean.
We've already had our NASRA chaos, so no more, gentlemen. Yes, we've got a long evening to go, and here we go. Joey, Cyrus, Chris. The battle of the Chris's for P2 and P3. Cole's in the mix there. Adam Newton. They've all been riding up here early. Stephen Thomas. Before we go, almost. Yep. Before we go.
Cinnamon, the Spice Man. He's in the middle. There might go 4 wide. Holy camole. Oh, he got turned. Cinnamon in the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to dirt track it and save it on the bottom of the apron off 4. How in the hell did he do that? He did it, but he did it. And they're going to come to the line. He will go from the penthouse to the outhouse, but he saved the truck, and we stay green. 3 to go. It's now Adam Newton, the leader. Hendrickson's on his back door. So is Peacock, and here come the tribute trucks flying by on the outside. Stephen Thomas to the lead in 1 and 2.
It's Stephen Thomas, look at that, getting a huge push. That's the 33 going on the apron. That's Newton. Newton going down into the inside.
Oh, they're
crashing.
This is
going to be a caution. Oh.
Adam Newton turned Raw Meza off the grid, spinning. So was other trucks involved. Is that Adam Newbert? I think Adam Newbert got a piece of it.
Eric Parks
involved. Caution is out. And this will set us up for overtime. NASRA chaos time continues, as the Viking Stephen Bartlett says. Here is a replay of what happened. Keep an eye on the 18 of Newbert, the 73 of Parks. It was already breaking loose from there. My. It happened in front of them, I think, Stephen. Dean. It happened in front of them.
I think it did too.
Watch this, a little shuffle here. Is that Bo Tiffany?
That's a Newbert.
We need to rewind it just a little bit more. Rewind it a little bit more. Rewind it right there. So keep an eye on the 18 and watch the 53 on the inside of Jacob Reeves in 57. I know there's a lot of trucks that have the same colors, but there you see Jacob Reeves gets into the 53, and then Newbert tries to peel off and duck in front of the 57's bow, and then instead he turned and got into him. And that was Adam Newton as well. A lot of tribute trucks involved in this. Adam Newbert caught up in it. Adam Newton, Jacob Reeves, Bo Tiffany, Parks involved. Boy, oh boy, man.
Parks was going around at that point when I got like.
Yeah, let's run on board with Parks here. Set it up for us, Ding. What do you think?
Well,
look at this. Well, just watch this move right here.
Yeah. Door banging. Download. Does the door banging.
Jacob Reeves did take a shot in the wall, and then he got more contact there from Lumpkin's truck, which is Adam Newbert driving. And just, boy, oh boy, man. Listen, typical Talladega coming out of the end of it. You're racing for the finish. It's going to get this way when you're fighting for the win.
I guess
but my goodness, what a save by Chris Cinnamon. Did you see that, Steve? Can we show that? Let's, if we can't, go to an extended Pulse Poppers replay. Find the 3 of Chris Cinnamon and how in the world he saved that truck to keep from wrecking coming off of turn 4. It happened on the restart, if you remember. About a lap later, I think it was, with about 7 to go or 6 to go, I think it was. It happened on the restart.
Yeah, I'm going to go back here.
Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man. Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man. What a save for the number 3. Watch this right here. Shuffled out of line. Got a little push there for a minute. And here he comes. Hell, that's not it. I think it's the following lap. Keep on going. Fast forward a little bit. Holy camole, they're flying, aren't they? Is it? Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Down the back straight away. Keep going down the back stretch. Start it in regular play in 3, right about now. Watch this move. Right there. Just a shot to the 3 of Cinnamon. Look at Cinnamon. Oh, baby. Dirt tracks it. Even had people pull up in front of him. And somehow, some way, move of the night for the Spice Man from old Canada, eh? What a save for that man right there in the number 3 from Fort McMurray, Ontario.
Yes, and I believe it's time to grab Jacob too, as well, too, a chin wagon as to what happened with that one, because, you know, he was right in the hot seat of the hot podcast of the Door Bag and Download. He's in pit road at the moment. Eric Parks.
He's got beef, and he did it.
Adam Newman still down there. Jane Coughlin.
We got beef, and Jacob did it. Jacob, what did you do?
Oh, man, look, I had Robbie behind me, and Robbie was just sitting there telling me, look, man, you got to go right here at the end of it. You see a hole go, and I saw a hole, and it closed up. So that's just one of them things, man. I mean, it's just Talladega. I hate that, they'll give me the OL if they do. I mean, I hate that tore up a bunch of guys. I know it took out Newbert. I think Adam Newbert, he was in 18. I know I took him out in that whole deal, and I hate that. The last person in the field I want to wreck's Adam Newbert because of everything that's going on, and certainly prayers to Justin Lumpkin and his family and everything on their loss. I've been in a somewhat situation like that, and I know how that is. So but prayers to his family and everything. Like I said, the last person I want to spin out is Newbert because of all that. But I saw a hold and I went for it, and unfortunately took out a bunch of guys.
How badly damaged is your truck?
Oh, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're off tomorrow. We're ready to go drink some cold beer at this point. It's over with. We're just gonna go drink some cold beer and watch the end of this with everybody else, pretty much.
And Jacob, we're ready for the Iron Bowl. Hopefully, Alabama does not play the way they played against Oklahoma. My goodness.
Yeah, I did look on Indeed, whatever that job searching thing is, and I did see that Alabama's job head coaching job is up on. Yeah, it's on there. And at this point, we'll pay anything. At this point, we'll pay beer, we'll pay steaks, we'll pay $10,000 if it come down to that point.
Jacob, if you like, you can stay with us on this one because Stevie went a little robotic on us, but he got his Nazareth Chaos. So
he went robotic.
Follow up with this. The 3 to go, mate. You'll see.
I'll tell you what, I'm all for it. Yeah. This will be kind of a preview, I guess you could say, for next season there, Wesley.
And no, Jacob, Jacob will be joining me on Monday night in the broadcast booth for season number 5. And if that wasn't enough, I'm sorry, this is season 5, season 6. If that wasn't enough, he also will be joining me in the booth on Friday night for the Nazareth Thanksgiving, what do they call it? The Thanksgiving Blackout, Black Friday hangover race. So, yeah, here we go. All right, we're back to green. Leader has to take the white flag, Jacob, for the race to be official right now. Hendrickson in the lead off 2.
Henderson trying to see if he can put the block on Peacock. Here comes Peacock up top. Now, here comes Stires back there. They're all trying to gang up on him. Watch out. Stephen Thomas trying to make a run, but on the inside. Big move down here on the inside. Is that Joey Stires? Yes, it is. No, it's Justin White. No, Joey Stires going for the lead in 3 and 4.
And Joey Stiers right now hooks to the inside of the racetrack. He's got a big gaggle of traffic behind him. They are storming Norman after the 23. Stiers, second time out in front. Played possum all night. They thunder off turn 4. White flag in the air in overtime 1. This is it. They're in turn 1 for the final go around. Blanchard up the outside. He's going to try to go for the win in turn 1.
Stiers down on the inside. Andrew Harris in the 87. He's going to try to make something happen. Maybe shove Stiers out, jump up in front of Blanchard, and try to get the win. Lock himself into the next round here at Talladega. Stiers, with all that's been going on, trying to get the win. They're going to hang him out. 3 wide for the lead. Blanchard, Harris, and Stiers. Now it's Blanchard and Harris in 3 for the final time.
Here comes Hendrickson up on the outside lane. Blanchard now, Monkey in the middle. On the inside is Harris. Harris throws the block. He's got help with Johnson. They're turning. Johnson goes around. Blanchard gets airborne in the bottom of the tri-oval. Cole Hendrickson got a shot. Here comes Hendrickson crashing. The field implodes behind them. They are crashing. They are wrecking. They are flipping. And Taylor Peacock is going to win here at Talladega. What a finish.
Oh, boy.
Nazareth Chaos ×5 to the checkered flag, and Cole Hendrickson wrecked entering the tri-oval. Taylor Peacock stays to the outside, avoids the trouble, makes a bonsai move on Hendrickson on the passenger side. He's going to win here at Talladega, Stephen. Oh, my goodness, Jacob, what a finish.
What a finish right there. And I am hearing a little bit with the race chatter that maybe Hendrickson may be a little bit upset with how that little finish went right there. Maybe thinking that Peacock came down, doored him right there at the end, right there going across the start-finish line. But what happened? Thomas actually gets into the back of Peacock. Watch this right here. Stiers all by himself down there on the inside of Harris. Johnson, they hang him out. And then from there on, it's a run to the finish. Who's going to make it where? There's Hendrickson and Peacock. They get the shove. Harris up there with Blanchard. Jeffrey Johnson on the inside as well. There they go crashing. Peacock staying in the gas. Hendrickson tries to come down, block that advance on Stephen Thomas. And here's what Hendrickson was talking about. That little bit of a love tap that got into Hendrickson, knocked him sideways. But ultimately, Peacock gets the win at Talladega. How many times have we said that, Wesley? A lot.
Taylor Peacock, no stranger to winning here at Talladega, no doubt about it. There you go. Here's a look at the results. We got post-race coming up very quickly because we've got another race coming up next. Jacob, race from last Friday night we got to do.
I'm all for it, I guess. I didn't even know we was doing it, but I'm all for it, I guess.
The Nazareth, well, I think me and Dean are doing it. You better get your butt in bed. You got work in the morning, but it is the race from the round of 20 finale, I believe it was, for Homestead, Miami from Friday. Don't tell me what happened. I don't want to know. All I know is there was an accident on the opening lap on the front straightaway. Here we go. Here's the results of tonight's memory of Nancy Lumpkin 275. By the way, it's Stephen and Dean and Jacob and myself have mentioned we're thinking about the entire Lumpkin family. Justin, our Nazareth comrade and friend, and the passing of his mom from pancreatic cancer. And also, I want to say we're thinking about Brandon Broadfoot's cousin. There is Brandon, I'm going to let you slide because you said go Vols. I am not a Volunteers fan. We despise Tennessee. I don't know who we hate more at Alabama, Auburn or Tennessee lately. But anyhow, there is, if you want to support Isaiah Chavez Seplet's final farewell GoFundMe page, there is a link posted and you can be able to do so. And Brandon, of course, our thoughts and prayers are with your cousin. And here's a look at the results. Peacock, Thomas, Hendrickson. Jacob, it's going to be fun. We might have beef with these guys. We're going to talk to them in post-race next.
Oh, boy. Yeah, this is going to get good right here. I mean, you talked about it. Peacock, Thomas, Hendrickson up there. Andrew Harris up there, one of those playoff drivers trying to make sure he gets a shot getting that championship 6. Brian Chew right there in 5th. Not to mention Thomas actually started in 30th, Wesley. That's way back there. That was back there usually where I'm running at usually in these races. Yeah. Adam Newton, Brady LaBeouf, boss man, after earlier accident, me and him got caught up into it, gets 7th. Cinnamon, Eric Parks, and Cody Knott rounding out the top 10.
There it is. Rest of the finishing order, Bo Tiffany, Pappas, Maurer, Bullock, Stiers. Meza, Lester, Kerry Tribune, by the way, got stage 1 win. He finishes in the top 20. All right, rest of the lineup, or the rest of the finishing order from 18th. And there you see Blanchard, Johnson. I don't think you can show the rest of the top 20.
I can't at some reasons.
Yeah.
Well, I can get the rest of it, Wesley. I got it on my end right here.
Cofield, Reeves is
Cofield,
22nd. Yeah, you finished 22nd, Jacob. You were trying to avoid it, you know.
Yeah,
Robert Richards, 23rd. Adam Newbert driving the Justin Lumpkin truck in the 24th spot. Justin White as well in the top 25. And then, of course, it's Goodwin, Kaufman, Morales, Ross, Weatherholt, Hagan, Gregory, all involved in accidents. And again, TJ Moore was the race director of what was Nazareth Chaos tonight at Talladega. Jacob, thanks for you. Want to hang around? You want to hear post race?
I'm all for it. Y'all want me around? I'll stick around for a little bit.
Let's hear what's going to happen. Is we're going to bring these guys in right now and bring them in very quickly. We have to, because we literally have another broadcast obligation coming up literally as soon as we finish up with here. So let's bring them all in if we can, guys.
They're not in the waiting room at the moment.
Peacock, Thomas, and Henriksen, I think, here. So Peacock. Can I bring Peacock in? Yes.
Yeah, they're all in the driver's lounge, Wesley.
Yeah, trying to move them here. I don't think I can.
Can you move them up there, Jacob?
I don't think I have clearance.
Ooh, what's your clearance, Clarence?
Not in the driver's lounge.
I ain't got
I can't move him in the driver's lounge. Hell no, we ain't got no clearance.
Jake, do you want to quickly jump down and tell them to come up to the waiting room?
Yes, please do that. Tell them to come to the waiting room, not the driver lounge.
Yeah.
What the hell is the driver lounge? That's where they're cussing each other out right now. Is what's going on, Dean? That's what's happening.
Yeah.
We can't go in there. We can't move anybody.
Yeah, Jacob's just going down there to grab him by the scruff of the neck and bring him in here so we can hear from these gladiators, of course, and how that'll be panning out in the rest of it. Just
bring them in here.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yes, sir. Bring them in
now.
one by one. Let's grab the winner of the race, Taylor Peacock. Taylor for up front in the 81. Congratulations, man. Big win.
Yeah, baby. Finally got one this year. And that was... Man, that was intense.
How's Cole Henriksen acting on regards to the subject?
Great, actually. Me and Cole were working together there. He shouldn't have... He made a little attempt to go down at the end. I was going to stick to his bumper. I thought he was going to stay in the outside lane.
So we don't have no beef. That move where you got into the passenger side of the 10 was not intentional. I mean, it was just racing for the finish, and it kind of happened the way it happened.
He got turned.
Oh, wow. Jacob, you trying to say we got beef? There ain't no beef going on. They're all friends right now.
Hey, me and Cole had it. We were chatting before the last start. We knew we had to beat the Sick With It guys because they had a bunch of teammates up there, and they're Thomas. He's always up front on the end of these races. We knew who we had to beat, so we had to work together there. And I think if Cole didn't make, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, nothing. It was just great finish. It was love racing with these guys. It's always fun, real close, competitive. Another awesome race.
I'm trying to look and see stats here, Taylor Peacock. I think the last time you won a race in this series was last year, and I think it was Talladega, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was this race last year. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I had a little better year last year. I've been fighting just to get one this year, so it feels good to finally get one.
And why has it been a bad year, man? Is it just because of the competition? Is it definitely different this year than what it's been in the past? What's your take of it, Taylor?
The competition here is always tough. Year after year, it's tough. You just got to put yourself in the right spots at the end of these races. If you're not in the top 5 or knocking at the door there at the end of the race, you're never going to win any of these races. There's a lot of fast guys. Just got into some trouble this year. Had a few too many mistakes. That's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, by the way, we were talking about Justin Lumpkin's mom, Nancy Lumpkin. We're also thinking about Brandon Bullock's cousin who passed away. There's a GoFundMe link posted. I think I said Brandon Broadfoot. I had Brandon Broadfoot on the brain because that's what I was telling you about the Christmas race we're trying to possibly put together. He's still kind of working on the details on that. But Taylor, man, before I let you go, thank your sponsors and congrats getting back to Victory Lane. And it's back-to-back as well in Nazareth for you here at Talladega.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Blanchard. Blanchard's towing. You know, I've been racing with Blanchard for a while. Always love being a part of his team. Thanks to Brady for putting on Nazra. All the way he goes through multiple days a week. He really keeps up with it, and he's got a good thing going here. And thank you guys for broadcasting every week. I can't wait to go back and watch and listen to the end of this race. And yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Hey, it's been a while, almost a year since he won. He won last season here at Talladega. His 265th career NASRA start will find his 16th career win of NASRA competition, including the first one of this season for the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series that goes along now with 46 top 5s and 123 top 10s, the 81 of Taylor Peacock out of Fowler, Indiana. Let's grab now the man that will finish in second, Stephen Thomas. Stephen, what a run, man. You played possum all night long, pardon the pun, literally stayed out of trouble, and on your 333rd career start for NASRA, you will finish the West Virginia driver in the number 2 spot. What's your take of this race, buddy?
Before I say anything, I want to, give a shout out to Justin and send my prayers to him and his family, and Nancy. I've grown to get to know Justin a lot lately, being on his team the last 3 seasons. I feel like he's a good friend of mine. So, like I said, I know he's going through some rough times, him and his family. I want to give a big shout out to you guys and my prayers to everybody. And I hope you guys deal with that the best you can. And like you guys said, there is a GoFundMe. So, go ahead and shout out that GoFundMe again for him, and hopefully we can help him out.
Jacob, you have a question for Mr. Stephen?
Well, Stephen, you come into this right here. You started at the back, literally. You were back there usually where I run at when I'm racing in these things. But, what was the whole mindset from the start? But you didn't even qualify. I think you had an EOL from 2 weeks ago when we was at Twin Ring Motegi. So what was the mindset having to start at the back here at Talladega? Anything can happen.
My mindset was if I go into any track with an EOL, this is the place I want to. That's the only reason I didn't qualify. But either way, that would have been my strategy at Daytona, Talladega, any of these super speedways anymore, the new Atlanta. I just hang out in the back, knowing that at any time later on in the race, you can come up there and at least finish the top 10. That's all I'm ever trying to get at these super speedways is the top 10. But everything played out in my favor tonight, and I finished second, man. So it's just, like I said, this is the way Talladega and Daytona are. Be at the right place, right time.
Solid run, obviously, for the driver there of the number 44. And Stephen, as always, before we let you go, buddy, again, thank your sponsors and people that help you out. And again, good job getting second. I think it's only fitting that, there's a lot of love for the Lumpkin family, and obviously,
one of us had to get up here, and one of these purple eaters had to get up here in this interview tonight for them. And I'm glad somebody could do it. We were all hoping for a win for him, but at least we're up here to show the truck even more, and the picture of his mom and him on there at the end. Like I said, big shout out to them and prayers.
Yeah, they were definitely coming to the front in a hurry for sure. When it's all said and done, the swim driver from West Virginia, Stephen Thomas, will finish in the number 2 spot. Let's grab now Cole Henriksen. You heard from him a little bit. Hashtag fake news on the We Got Beef, because we don't. Cole Henriksen, your take on third. You said you kind of made a little hiccup there at the end. That's where the bonsai came from on the passenger side by the driver door of the winning truck of Peacock. And boy, it got wild there at the end, did it? Hold it on the finish on the podium. You happy with the finish? Cole Henriksen, Henriksen, tongue-tied
my
myself.
bad.
There you go, buddy.
I
Go
had
ahead.
my mic muted. I actually didn't know we were even on the air when I first got in here, but I'm very happy with a third place. Lap 2, I was airborne in turn 3. I actually went in the air and I told my team, I went, I'm done, I'm out. And the car landed back on all 4, went to pit road, and I only had 30 seconds of optional. So it was a very eventful race. And then after that, the first green flag cycle of pit stops, I got a speeding penalty. So I went a lap down. I got to give a shout out to Chris Blanchard. He
pushed me back to the lead lap. I was racing with the lead lap guy, so I was trying to do it as clean as possible. And but he got me back on the lead lap, and then a caution came out right after I got out in front of the pack, and that's kind of when things got back on track. And man, it was gnarly. Me and Peacock were working great there together, and I told him on that restart, I said, I think the bottom's going to have to be where we need to restart. And I told him when I was going to fire, and I told him push, push, push. And we got out there, and I probably shouldn't have pulled down there out of 4. I thought he was going to go down to go with Harris, and I guess turns out he was going to stay with me. But nonetheless, still a 3rd place is an awesome finish.
Jacob.
I mean, Cole, you talked about that right there, that ride more or less that you took right there. And matter of fact, I just saw it because I was actually right behind Brady, and I tagged him in the back end and set him around, not even trying to. But talk about this right here, Cole, because, haven't had a chance to talk to you, here lately. This is kind of a different situation than what you used to be in. I mean, this right here, like this position last season, you was running for a championship. Now you're just out there just throwing caution to the wind and just seeing what sticks at this point. Does it feel a little bit better racing the way you are right now, not in the playoffs, or would you rather be in the playoffs having a shot for that championship 6 like you was last season?
I'd much rather be in it. That was a little unfortunate. That race was scheduled on a trip that I took down to Martinsville. So unfortunately, I stayed in Charlotte on Monday, and I had a sim rig lined up, and things just kind of fell through with plans that we had, and which really sucks because I missed out on 3 points. So even if I could have just started the race and rode around, but no, you're right. Like now it's just going to these races, and it's pretty much win or bust. I mean, I can still, I think it works that way. I can still improve my points position of the people that are knocked out, but yeah, so it sucks, but we still got a team I need to race for and get points for in the team standings. So we're going to go out here and try to do our best these remaining races.
Well, Cole, thanks for your time, buddy. Before we let you go, please thank your sponsors. We'll see you next week in Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first thing I want to say is Justin Lumpkin, just thinking about him. I actually didn't even know until I got on for the race today. Otherwise, I probably would have done a purple truck as well. I love racing around him. So just thinking of him and his family during these tough times. But I got to thank 101 Designs, Adams County Speedway, Highline Racing, Jason for all that he does for us, and my teammates. Sucks Colin actually all my teammates had a rough race. I was the only one out there pretty much at the end there. So XL Streaming on Twitch, R1 Works, RC Motors, and then I got to give a shout out to Bad Fast Hobbies and the Flipper Win Boys. So I don't know if they're watching. I know Vince is back home with family for the holidays, so he's typically one of the guys that's watching along with Dawson and Matt. So got to give a shout out to those boys for always supporting me.
There you go. Cole Hendrickson, obviously, Toyota number 10. The 101 Designs entry will finish in the 3rd spot. Harris Chew, they had some problems earlier. They come back, finish to the top 5 when it's all said and done. Here in the tribute race in memory of Nancy Lumpkin, 275. We also, again, think about the Lumpkin family and pancreatic cancer. Cancer sucks, doesn't matter what it is. And also we think about Brandon Bullock and his cousin who tragically passed away by gang violence over the weekend. So not only are we thinking about the Lumpkins, we're also thinking about our Bullocks as well. So, Jacob, I want to say this in closing. I want to get your thoughts. We'll get off the air because me and Dean have another broadcast coming up with the NASRA Cops Truck Series from this past Friday night from Homestead, Miami. But what I want to say is that we're going to Phoenix next week. Nobody in the championship semifinals won. You might see LaBeouf or Pappas or somebody maybe climb by virtual points. We'll see how that shakes out at the end of the night, if there's any penalties or whatnot. But with that being said, you talk about family. We heard, obviously, Peacock mention it, and we think about it also what Thomas said as well. And you think about these guys, and yeah, we have our beefs, we have our disagreements, but and Dean said it as well, we're like a family for NASRA. We are a iRacing organization, sanctioned body with 4 or 5 different that we do, but we're also a big family. And when we're celebrating together, we're laughing together. When we're hurting together, we're crying together. We're all in this together. And in closing, Steven kind of hinted on that about I built a relationship with Justin Lumpkin through iRacing. And, I used to say that was hogwash back in the day. But after COVID and where we are today, and I'll get your thoughts on it and we'll close out the broadcast, you really build close friendships and even more with the people that we're literally joining with weekly in the world of iRacing and on the sim. Your take on that, buddy?
I agree with you 100%, Wesley, because that's, I've got, obviously, everybody's got family, but, this is another family that each and every one of us have. And I agree with you 100%. I get out here, I race with these guys Mondays, obviously Tuesdays and Wednesdays as well. And there's beef. I mean, heck, there was beef between me and one of the drivers tonight. But I mean, the odds are I'll get up in the morning and I'll tell them, hey, look, we'll talk about it or whatever. Main thing is that I agree with you 100% is that iRacing and not only iRacing, but NASRA has made a second family to me. And, I've got to where, I've talked to these guys and, brought them on my show and this and that, and just kind of, just been in those situations to try to get to know these guys just a little bit more, have fun with them and everything. So, I agree 100% that, that's what iRacing really is about. I mean, it's about the competition and everything, but it's really all about the family and the people that you race around, especially in situations like this. And I mean, all the prayers go to Justin Lumpkin and his family, and also Brandon Broadfoot's cousin, from what she was telling me. I lost my grandfather to pancreatic cancer, and I never got to meet him. And any type of cancer does suck. And I've lost loved ones to cancer in general. So I can 100% guarantee that everybody watching this broadcast and everybody in NASRA and everybody around the world will agree with me that cancer does suck. And, like I said, prayers and all of them, prayers to all the families and everybody involved.
Dean, you want to add anything to that, my friend, as well, before we part ways and get ready for the next one?
No, I think you all wrapped it up very, very well. And of course, with some very good driving, we had a little bit of NASRA chaos, and definitely you're getting to this situation in the playoffs, and of course, and yeah, everybody touched on everything, isn't it? So, what a community, and plenty more of racing to go, and we stick together as a family. We are family.
We are, definitely. And speaking of the NASRA family, Friday's round of 20 finale from Homestead Miami Speedway with the NASRA Concerns of Police Survivors Cops Truck Series for Friday night is coming up next. We congratulate Taylor Peacock, finally breaking through in victory lane, his 16th overall NASRA career win, his first of season 5, and by the way, Colin Weatherholt is the only guy that's right now going in by virtue of points in the Championship 6. We'll see what happens next week after Thanksgiving. The penultimate race of the schedule and the season and the playoffs will be at Phoenix, and we'll have it for you. For race director, of course, TJ Moore. For my partner, including Viking Stephen Bartlett, Jacob Reeves jumping on at the end. For producer, director, color analyst, Dean Hopton. For also the folks behind NASRA, Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott. This is Wesley Outland. Thanking again you and yours for joining us. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday with your family and friends. Be mindful of the ones that have lost family that you're able to have gathered around the dinner table, and think about those that you're grateful to have with you that you're seeing on this Thursday. Taylor Peacock wins the Nancy Lumpkin Memorial. And again, our thoughts in the NASRA world are for the Lumpkin family and the Bullock family as well. Stand by. We'll have a quick intermission and we'll come back for the NASRA Truck Cop Race from Homestead, Miami.